Well, happy holidays to all of you at home and to those in the stands tonight, with the Oregon Ducks leading the Portland Pilots by 13 with 11:40 left to play. Well, stay tuned. Coming up next, Game 2 of the Far West Classic, UNC Wilmington. The Seahawks taking on the Oregon State Beavers. The Seahawks, the only team not from the state of Oregon in this tournament, but they've got a very impressive-looking team. 5-2 coming in, and they really should give Oregon State a good battle. Should be a good game. Take a look at the shooting percentages. First half, second half. Boy, the Ducks lighten it up both halves. That's way above their seasonal average of 39%. Well, Oregon with an unforced turnover, and so the Pilots have a chance to cut that lead. Here's Ross. Now the defensive personnel, Bruce, I think has to be careful, because they've been calling a lot of hand check and little short ticky-tack kind of fouls. And there's Ray Ross with a long three. Well, Ross with 7 quick points here. Oh, great play by Orlando Williams just to keep that ball alive for Oregon. Now the three-quarter trap causing the Ducks some concern. See if Oregon stays with its composure. Here's Johnson trying to answer with a three, and that's long off the bracket. And here come the Pilots with a chance to cut the lead under double digits.
Well, neither team's had any momentum here for the last 3 minutes, but you sense that Portland's starting to get the upper hand in that category.
Ross, I think, wants to take over. There's Jordy Lydon with a long rebound. It's been a game of streaks. It really has. And Oregon has had the longer streaks. Here's Sellers inside. What's he going to do? Power move, whistle. Offensive foul, he calls. So Sellers trying to make something happen in the paint.
He needs to turn and just got the shoulder into him. That was an offensive foul. In that situation, you have to know where the defensive man is, turn and take advantage of where the position is inside.
LaRon Bristol, you saw there, back in the lineup for the Pilots. There's the ball. Is it a kick? Yes. So reset the shot clock. Larry Steele led the NBA in steals as a member of the Portland Trailblazers back in 1974. Played at the University of Kentucky under Adolph Rupp. There's a 5-second call right there. Held ball 5 seconds. So that's the 1 5-second call that you can have defensively. They have eliminated the closely guarded with the dribble 5-second call that I think most coaches in this country despise. It takes away from your defense. But you can get a 5-second call on a held possession. Full court pressure, giving Oregon some problems, but Jordy Lydon, the veteran, brings it up to Aaron Johnson, and Johnson wasn't ready for it. Turnover, and it's a 3-on-2 for the Pilots. Chapman runs right over Smith, no call, and the easy layup for the Pilots, Ray Ross. He now with 9 points. Traveling call against Oregon. They've come unraveled against this press in the last 2 minutes.
Time for a timeout here, Todd.
Good timeout. Portland has closed the deficit to just 8 points thanks to the press.
Some people are naturally faster than others. In fact, everything they do is fast. Fast, 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 fast. Now, not everyone appreciates that. But if you're looking to get a new GM car or truck financed, fast is exactly what you want.
Mac will take care of your financing.
And the folks who arrange GMAC financing and leasing are faster than just about anyone else. GMAC, the expressway home.
You forgot your sunglasses.
Prime Sports Northwest wants you to enjoy Pac-10 basketball from the best seat in the house. When your favorite Pac-10 teams hit the boards, PSN will rattle your roof. Nobody brings the Pac-10 home like Prime Sports Northwest. Check your local cable listings for Pac-10 action on Prime Sports Northwest.
Portland Pilots have gotten back into this game, trailing by 8, and they will have the basketball when we return to action. If you enjoy real wrestling, college wrestling, tune in to Prime Sports Northwest Friday evening, New Year's Eve, for the Oregon State Wrestling Classic. Oregon State is hosting this 5-team event that includes teams from Ohio State, Minnesota, and Portland State. That's Friday evening at 6:30 on Prime Sports Northwest. Oregon State ranked 2nd in the country. Ought to be a good one. Ross has really been an igniter for the Pilots here in the last 4 minutes with 9 points. Here's the double team. Chapman looking to penetrate, and they're going to call another hand check on Brian Smith. And they've really taken closely guarding out of the game right now. And the defensive players are just going to have to play with a lot less aggressiveness.
That's real difficult, Todd, because you play like you practice. And these guys are taught certain things in practice to be fairly aggressive. Not to slap, of course, but something you have trouble adjusting to in games.
So Jerry Green's team moments ago led by 17 points, and now that lead is down to just 7, 59-52. Chapman now 5 out of 6 from the free throw line. And he nails 2. He now has 10 points. And the Pilots will stay with that zone press. Ducks didn't look up in time. They had an open shot. Jordy Leyden in the basket. Good strong move. You've got to take advantage of the press when you can, don't you, Bruce?
That's his maturity, because Jordy is a great competitor, and he's starting to look like he did a couple of years ago.
There's a wild forced shot. Driscoll misses at close range. The Ducks have a breakout. No foul. This is interesting. Ducks with an opportunity to run right here. Johnson on the wing. Johnson put it on the floor to the basket over Ranta. No foul there. Bodies fly everywhere. And Johnson now with 11.
This is what I call a little bit inconsistent. You want to have the players be consistent while they play, but the officials have the same responsibilities. It's very difficult to understand.
Now that'll be a blocking foul. So any contact outside the paint is a foul, and anything in the paint is no harm, no foul. That's the 10th team foul on Oregon, so 2 now for the Pilots from here on out. Johnson strong. Ranta had to be careful. He has 3. So Ross at the free throw line for University of Portland. Now has 10 points. Oregon now with 4 players in double figures. So good balance for Oregon. More like what they did in the preseason games and earlier in the year. John Mitchell out. Kenny Wilkins comes back in with 8:44 remaining. Wilkins straddled with 4 personal.
You know, on the inside stuff, Todd, something we aren't privy to, nor the fans, what the emphasis is within the league and the officials, the hierarchy of officiating. Obviously, they've emphasized letting things go inside this year, because they're consistently not calling that stuff.
Kenny Wilkins, boy, he breaks that double team in a hurry, doesn't he? Kick out to Orlando. Williams, the long 3. Went too far, and Chapman with the rebound. He's got Ranta on the break. Chapman to the rack. Will they count the continuation? It would have counted, but he'll go to the line.
He is real good in that open court for a 6'8" guy. Totally under control. He's analyzing the situation here. Little drop step, going to the hoop. Almost converts to that left hand. Very impressive in the open court.
And the foul is on Kenya Wilkins, and he is disqualified. So 12 seconds after coming back into the game, Kenya Wilkins fouls out. And he might not have to take a shower. Didn't work up a sweat tonight.
That really hurts Oregon right now. Not only the momentum has changed, but now they lose something very important to their offense and the defense.
John Mitchell will come back in, a good steady player. So Chapman with an opportunity to cut the deficit down to 6. 8:32 remaining. 11 points now for Chapman, 11 for Poole, 11 for Ray Ross, and 10 for Kurt Ranta. So the Pilots also with 4 in double digits. (63-56), 8:27 remaining. Inside to Potter. Up strong, not really contested, and just a little bit too strong on the shot. Here's Houle, set, shoots, that's way off. And the rebound to Jordy Leyden. So after hitting a couple of early three-pointers, Houle has not been able to shoot from the perimeter. And that one is almost, and is stolen by Driscoll. Great play to Houle, and he'll lay it in. And miss it, excuse me. And that'll be a foul on Bristol. Oh, big turnaround there, as Houle had an uncontested layup. And instead, it'll be a foul over the top rebounding.
It was a terrific athletic pass. He just didn't concentrate. He was worried about the guy coming from the backside. Here's a guy who's made those things all night with guys hanging all over him. All of a sudden, too easy.
So now the Pilots with 9 team fouls. So after this trip to the line, it'll be 2 free throws for both teams. This one may go a while. 7:58 to play. John Mitchell to the strike.
Huge turnaround, Todd. He makes that, all of a sudden Oregon really has to look at themselves and say, can we win this thing?
So the lead stays at 7. Both teams missing opportunities. Bristol right at the 10. Batted out by Mitchell on the fast hands. Boy, Chapman at 6'8". What an advantage to pass over the double team. There's a kick. Reset the shot clock. Back to 35. Casey Flicker to trigger it in bounds for the Pilots. Ranta, that's a tough jump hook. And it finds the well. 12 now for Ranta. And it's a 63-58 game. The press continues. Whistle and a foul. Well, Kurt Ranta, this is not an easy shot. The 6'10" guy putting it on the floor with the jump hook. At the other end, Jeff Potter will go to the line. See the free throw shooting? Well, the Ducks have been right on what they have been all year, and they need to shoot better than that probably to win this game. Potter's had a good night from the line. He's now 4 for 5. Earns the bonus. Yeah, stays 4 out of 6. 1 out of 2. Won't get it done probably tonight. 6-point game. 7.5 to play. Houle trying to get around Runyon. Ranta had the happy feet there, but kept the one on the ground. Bristol now kind of running the show. They get it to Chapman. 10 seconds on the shot clock. They'll try to run pick and roll with Houle. Chapman. And threw it away, and Jordy Lyden could have hold. That means the shot clock stays where it is. Houle doesn't get it off. It might even have been partially deflected by Damon Runyon. Good defense by the Oregon Ducks. Potter to throw it in. Jordy Lyden had an open lane, but brought it back to Mitchell. And they break the press, double team. Orlando, boy, where was he going?
That's exactly what Portland wanted him to do all night, is to put the ball on the floor. They don't think that's his strength.
Timeout, Portland Pilots. Maybe just an opportunity to refuel. They've exerted a lot of energy here, and they're right back in it, down by 6.
This season, Oregon State fans are blazing trails to Beaver Territory. If you want to keep pace with Oregon State athletics, Beaver Territory is the place for you. Join your host, Scott Lynn, and the Oregon State teams, coaches, players, and fans in Beaver Territory, the exclusive domain of Prime Sports Northwest. Check your local cable listings for the next tour of Beaver Territory on Prime Sports Northwest. For the best in Washington State University athletics, it's the Crimson and the Gray on Prime Sports Northwest. Every month, you get a behind-the-scenes look at the Cougar Athletic Department. Through feature stories, interviews, and highlights, you'll find out what's on the minds of Cougar players, coaches, administrators, and alumni. No one covers Washington State sports like the Crimson and the Gray. Check your local cable listings for your next edition of the Crimson and the Gray on Prime Sports Northwest.